I haven't recorded in like 2 weeks. This is weird. Anyway, hello, welcome. We're going to discuss the hot mess that happened on TikTok while I was away, and that's all about reading classics. Also, I got these awesome socks, and I figured if we're going to talk about pick me girls and classics, here's my new Freddie Mercury T-shirt because that's a motherfucking classic legend right there. Welcome back. It's Beanie Weather. Love Beanie Weather. Here for it. There was some hot mess that happened while we were away in Portugal and Spain. We're on the TikTok, the BookTok, and it was all around this one chick who posted some video, which I don't know why she felt the need to post this video. I guess she was mad at all of her recommendations that she's received from BookTok and decided to just like slam people with that age-old argument of like, you're not great if you don't read classics. So here's a little video of somehow you missed it.
The thing about BookTok is that you will read a book that they recommend. So good. So great. The relationship. Enemies to lovers. You read it. And you're like, wow, you refuse to read classic literature. Not a question. It's a statement. I can tell.
And like, let's like just take a second. I just felt like I needed to discuss this because I clearly read a lot of classics. I talk a lot about how much I hate BookTok recommendations. And like, I think that that's fine to dislike somewhere that you get recommendations from. But like, it's not fine to act like you're somehow superior because you read one kind of literature over another. And also, like, I feel like her reasoning for saying this is flawed. One, why do I not like BookTok recommendations? I just don't like them. I feel like the types of readers who gravitate towards BookTok and that are dominating the algorithm of BookTok are not readers that read like me, or at least I haven't found them yet. I haven't gone deep enough in the space of BookTok to find people who read books like me. So the majority of the time that I get a recommendation from BookTok, I just simply don't like it. It's not because I'm a superior reader. It's not because what they're reading is trash. It's trash in my opinion, maybe, but it's not trash in some greater esoteric, like,
I am somehow the Lord of Literature, and I'm going to tell you that your books are terrible.
no, that is not my job. I'm a reader. I like certain things. You're a reader. You like certain things. And to go onto a platform and just like broadly bitch slap a whole bunch of people because they like to read things that you don't like, it's not a good look, in all honesty. And like, I don't really, I feel like the bookish community in general is a really great group of people. And then every so often, people just like come in and shake it up and try to get everybody to be nasty with each other. And I just don't feel like we need to be nasty with each other. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of books, and there are millions of different people out here who read them. And we are all going to have our own unique experiences with the books that we read, and we're all going to like books for different reasons. And we shouldn't be out here like shitting on each other and like just trying to cause drama. All right, the lighting's going to change because I can't handle my camera being a pain in the ass anymore. So, hey, hi. It's not, I haven't recorded it forever. Just forgive me. So I don't know why this creator felt the need to make this video, but I just feel like this anger is really displaced. And I also think that the reason why she's making this video in reality is because a lot of BookTok is dominated by romance and romance books. And my mic plugged in. This is just a shit show. Welcome back. So I feel like she's really upset because this reader, I think, just really doesn't like smut talk books, romance books, like very strictly romance books, or somehow feels like they are inferior to other titles, which is just crazy to me. You know, considering her only real example that she used is like, oh, it's enemies to lovers, which is like a classic trope of like smutty romance fantasy, like all those books. There is a whole group of people that live and die, myself included, for that trope. And I feel like she feels like that's all inferior to a classic novel. But here's the thing. I was reading this book, The Women in the Library, which was not great. I'm not gonna lie. I read it over vacation. But one of the things that's happening in this book is there's this like obsessed fan who's writing to an author, and the premise is that he is like basically beta reading the author's story like chapter by chapter. And in one of the letters he writes or emails he writes to the author, he states he talks about how every book has romance in it. Every book has a romance element to it, from classic literature to everything. And the question is, like, how much of the plot is taken up with romance? Is the entire plot about romance? Is it a subplot? Is it just like a thing that's kind of happening over here? Is it like the C like storyline? It's a thing that's occurring, but it's really not important to the story, but it's just part of the thing. And you know what? That little psychopath in this book is right. And this is the thing I think that this lady is missing. I think her real beef is with smut talk. And I think her real issue is that she doesn't realize that most of classic literature involves some form of discussion or element of romance, because relationships are basic things that all human beings go through in some way, whether they're romantic love, friendship love, soulmate love, smutty love, whatever they are. These are familial love. These are relationships that anybody, or things that people, anybody can sort of relate to. And it makes a book approachable. You can have a highly, like, sort of more, I don't know, intellectual story that doesn't seemingly have anything to do with romance. And in most books, there's going to be a plot line somewhere in that story that deals with love. Maybe it's not some Colleen Hoover, like, ridiculous book that is basically focused on psychological damage and romance. Maybe it's not Danielle Steele. Maybe it's not, I don't know, Katie Roberts. It's not the main focus of the plot, but so many books, classic literature, the books that this pick-me chick would like us to be reading, actually deal with the themes it seems like you have issues with. I feel like we need to just, like, go to the fiction shelf, and I just need to be like, show you a few examples of what I'm talking about, because I think that will help. And I hope that she watches this, because I think it would help for her to understand that a lot of classic literature deals with the shit that you don't seem to like. So welcome to my fiction shelves. I'm just gonna take you through here quickly. There is a lot of classic literature here on the shelves. So we'll start here with something. Oh, Rise of Revisited. Definitely a classic. Definitely involves some sort of romance element. Just a little bit, I think. House of Mirth. How about an unrequited love romance? Yes, romance. And I'm not talking like this is like, they're having sexy sex. Gothic, Mysteries of Udolpho. Definitely has a romantical element to it. Gone with the Wind. Yep. Tolstoy, 100%. Anna Karenina. Yep, that has romance. War and Peace. Yeah, this has romance too, my love. Well, loneliness. Queer love. Definitely there are some elements of romantic relationships in Les Mis. Lots of other relationships as well. Can we see all the way up to the top? There's Jane Eyre up there. There's an entire Jane Austen section. Do you know what all these books are about? All these books are about relationships, whether they're familial, romantic, all kinds of relationships, friends relationships. Yep, there you go. I mean, for the love of Christ, Ulysses is about a man and his wife is cheating on him. So, like, it's everywhere. Like, I don't like this argument. I don't like this argument that, like, it's clear that you don't read classic literature. Classic literature is the popular fiction of its day. It's the stuff that stood the test of time. It's the things that people found relatable. Do you know what people found relatable? People found relatable things that happened to them. Relationships between other people are a key point in a lot of the subplots of these stories. They're not just sweeping epics about the political climate of Russia at the time. They also focus on people. People have romantic relationships. I don't know if this is making any sense, and hopefully I can make it come together in editing, because this whole filming thing has been a bit of a shit show. But, like, I just feel like this woman is missing the point. You don't have to read classic literature. You don't have to read monster smut. You can read whatever the fudge you want. But please don't act like somehow classic literature is above everything else, because there isn't fundamentally that much of a difference thematically between a lot of the things that you're talking about and the things that you would prefer people to read, because those are the things that hook people. Those are the things that make books popular. They made them popular in like 1880, and they're going to make them popular in 2020. So, or 22, whatever year it is. So please get off your goddamn classic high horse. I don't care if you read classics. I think classics have merit. You might not. Guess what? The world's not going to end, and I'm not better than you because I enjoy a good classic. So sit down, touch some grass, and like, I don't know, figure out your life, lady. That's it. I'll see you guys in my next video, whatever it may be. Like and subscribe. Ciao.